Hi everyone, welcome to Data Server. My name is Taiwo, and today's topic, as shown on the screen, is to show you how to use join in SQL. I will be demonstrating the four major types of join commonly used in SQL: the inner join, left join, right join, and full join. For this session, we'll be using the Adventure Work LT 2019 sample database in SQL Server Management Studio to illustrate how this join works. So I'm going to go to our next slide to show you a brief explanation what join is all about. SQL join is used to combine data from two or more tables in a database based on related column between tables. Typically, we use a foreign key or a primary key to link two tables together. And basically, as I said, we're going to be using four major commonly used join, which is the inner join, left join, right join, and outer join. So the inner join is used to return only the rows that have matching value in both tables. And in this next example, which I'm going to launch our SQL Server Management Studio, as I said, that's what the application tools for data management that I'm going to use to demonstrate this topic. So from the right hand side screen capture to demonstrate the two tables that involve, as you can see from the left hand side is our address table, and the right hand side showing our customer address table. You can see that the address ID is in our address table, and also the address ID is in our address table and our customer table. So let us demonstrate in SQL Server Management Studio. So we're going to be demonstrating to show you only employee who belongs to a department are shown in inner join. So let's just demonstrate that. Our SQL Server Management Studio is loading. There you go. So the next thing, either you press Ctrl N or you click New Query. And before we go for that, just take note. This is the latest version, 2025. It's version 21.514. And it's 2025 latest version. So I have multiple database already restored. For those of you that are just new to this particular tutorial, you can watch our previous tutorial for SQL for beginners that will roll out how to the essential SQL functions and how to restore Adventure Works database sample. So you can see I have the 2014, 2019. In this particular tutorial, I will be using 2019, which is Adventure Works. LT stands for light, 2019, because it's a couple of tables there. So let me just, I have to use a particular keyword, which is called use, to identify the particular database I want to work on. What this particular one does is just to the system will identify by pressing execute to indicate that I'm working with Adventure Works LT 2019. And also, before we go further to demonstrate the join, which is the first one, inner join, I'm going to list all the table. We can easily do it two-way, but let me use the command key to do that, which is the SQL. And the basically important aspect of this particular SQL code is the schema and table name. So what it does, we are also using inner join, but it's not the actual sample for inner join we want to use. We just want to use it to list all the table we have in our Adventure Work LT 2019. So I'm going to roll execute base. As you can see, we have all this table and address table, customer address, product category, product description, product model, product description, sales order details, sales order header. These are our table. So if I click on it and expand on the table, if I go to the plus sign, expand and expand on the table. As you can see, what this code does is the same thing that you can see, but it's easier for, because sometimes you might want to do some kind of data manipulation, and you want to know how many tables you have. It's good to understand how to use code to display this. So furthermore, the next thing to do is to showcase what we demonstrate in our slide. As you can see here, we want to demonstrate how to use the inner join in our tutorial. So I'm going to go back to our SQL Server Management Studio. I will populate the code to do that. And before I go further, I'm going to use the function called go, and the go function will clear the screen. So the next thing to do is to showcase, to show you how you can make use of the inner join. So I'm going to populate that. This is our inner join file running. Let me just give you a brief explanation. So basically, we want to display, select c.customer ID, first name, last name, address. This C denoted kind of alias, which I said in our essential SQL tutorial in one of our SQL previously. We've already discussed how to understand what is all this all about. So, and the most important aspect that we want to demonstrate is this bone of quotation, which is the inner join. So what we are doing, based on the screen capture in our slide, we're going to be using the combination of customer ID and customer ID in both tables. The C denoted customer, while the CA denoted customer address. So it's going to use the combination. Let me run this particular code, and I will click on execute. We'll see. You can see, there you go. You can see what we specify in our list here: customer ID, first name, last name, address, city, state, province, country, region, or display, as you can see from the result below. So this is all you need to understand when it comes to inner join. So it's very essential when you are doing a big large database. So because when you have a database that is divided into different segments, it makes your database have integrity and reduce data redundancy. Also, it makes the speed fast and also reduce the database space. So there's a lot of advantages for you to understand how to use join. So the next one, let's go to our slide to show you the next one that we have in our slide. And next is left join. The left join returns all rows from the left table and the matches row from the right table. And if no match return, the no value will be displayed in the column. So in this next one, we're going to be showing all employee, even though not assigned to any department. As you can see, we are going to be using customer ID and customer ID in both tables, from our customer table and our sales order header table. So let's demonstrate. Go back to our SQL Server Management Studio. I will use the go command to clear the screen again. We need to populate our SQL next, which is left join sample, to demonstrate how you can make use of this left join. So the same thing applicable, and the only difference is the left and also the kind of combination, because you remember we have many tables, so we are going to be using the sales order header table and sales order customer ID of both of them to display our data. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run. We're going to make sure select c.customer, c.first name, c.last name, sosh dot sales order, which stands for is alias of sales order header. So take note of that. While, as I said, as I showed in the last screen, both of them have got c customer ID, and the C denoted the customer table, while the sixth order header denoted SOH. So let me run that for you to see the result. As you can see, based on our description, if there's no value, it displays none. So this is the result for using the left join. You can see all the value show in the left hand side, and those one that doesn't have value shows no value. So, and also I'm going to use before I go clear the screen, let us go to our next slide. Our next join is right join, and the right join returns all rows from the right table and the matches row from the left table. If no match, return no value display as well. You can see from our, we're going to be using combination of product table and product category table, and the combination of ID we have to use for them is product category ID and product category ID in the two table. So let us populate our code into our SQL Server Management Studio to show you how this code works. So basically, we're going to demonstrate the right join sample. Select PC product category. PC shorten the product category as alias, and also we have P name as product name. So for P shorten for product. So we are using a combination of, which is this one, right join, in order to combine the two ID. So let us run it and see the result. Before we do that, let me clear first. I'm going to run it now because we don't want the table to display. That's the result. You can see it automatically display. So these are the result of our using right join. So let us go to our next slide and see which is the last one. Outer join can be called full outer join as well. And the full outer join return all rows when there is a match in either left or right table. Unmatched row return no value, and the result will be showing both left and right join. So as you can see, we are using our product model table and product model product description table. Both of them have got product model ID and product model ID in both tables. Let's go back to our SQL Server Management to showcase our code. Before we go for that, we have to use go command to clear the screen. I'm going to populate our outer join code, which is going to display how our outer join code works. So what this one does, select pm.product_model_id, pm.name as model name, and pd.product_description. As I said, the pm denoted product model, while the pd product description. So the combination is full outer join to combine both in the table as we show in the slide. So we're going to run it so that you can understand how this code works. You can see the product ID display and model name, product description, and description. So these are the four major joins that is commonly used in SQL. And in the nearest future, which is going to be part 2, I'm going to roll out a more complex join SQL function. So this is the end of our tutorial, and try to come for more advanced tutorial. Check our previous tutorial related to SQL so you can understand, for those one that want to be more expert as a beginner. We train in Microsoft Access, SQL, Excel, and some other data management tools. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. I remain your style. Stay blessed.